Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. The lights in the Big Brother 27 house felt different that night, brighter, sharper, almost unforgiving. Even the usually buzzing energy seemed to vibrate with a strange tension. For weeks, the game had twisted, fractured, and reassembled alliances like a puzzle with missing pieces. But no one, not even the superfans watching the feeds at 3 a.m., had predicted what was about to happen. The calm before the storm. Keanu Soto had walked around that morning like a man untouchable. For most of the season, he was the golden boy, smooth, strategic, and socially magnetic. He had a natural way of making everyone feel like they were on his side, even when he was plotting their downfall in the diary room. But that morning, as the sun filtered through the sliding glass doors, there was a flicker of unease in his eyes. He caught Morgan, watching him from across the kitchen island, her expression unreadable, her mug of coffee held like a shield. "Big day?" she asked finally. He smirked. "Not for me." Morgan simply nodded, almost too calmly. That was the thing about her this season. She had started as background noise, a quiet presence, almost overlooked. But each week she sharpened. Each week she saw more, learned more, listened more. Now she was the one everyone feared without ever saying her name. And she knew something Keanu didn't. Whispers in the shadows. A storm had been brewing behind his back for days. What started as a whisper between Ashley Hollis and Vince Pinaro had turned into a full-blown secret coalition. They were tired of Keanu's confidence, tired of playing under his shadow. And more importantly, they realized Morgan was the only one who could take him down. Ashley cornered Morgan 2 nights before eviction. "She thinks he's safe," she whispered, her voice trembling with adrenaline. "That's exactly why we need to do this now." Morgan's heart thudded. "Are you sure you're ready to break from him?" Ashley hesitated, then nodded. He'd cut any of us if it helped him win. Time to return the favor. They shook on it. Quiet, small, but powerful. By the next morning, 4 votes had silently aligned, enough to flip the house. Eviction night tremors. When Julie Chen Moonvest's face appeared on the screen, the pressure in the living room became almost suffocating. Even the cameras seemed to zoom in tighter. "House guests," Julie said, "the votes are in." Keanu leaned back in his chair, already wearing the victory grin that had charmed millions. His opponent on the block, Harper Lane, was practically shaking beside him. Julie's voice cut through the silence. With a vote of 5-3, "Keanu, you have been evicted from the Big Brother house." The grin melted. For the first time all season, Keanu didn't know how to react. His eyes darted around the room, searching for answers that weren't there. Morgan didn't look away. She met his shock with something that looked eerily like empathy, but also triumph. "No way," Keanu whispered. "No way this just happened." But it had. The house flipped. Completely. Decisively. Surgically. And Morgan had orchestrated it. The fallout. The moment Keanu stepped out the door, the atmosphere inside shifted violently. Ashley collapsed into nervous laughter. Harper cried. Vince clapped his hands like a man who had finally put down a burden he never wanted to carry. And Morgan? She walked to the bathroom, shut the door, and stared at her own reflection. "You did it," she whispered to herself, barely audible even to the cameras. "Now, keep going." She knew what the eviction truly meant. Keanu had been the single biggest obstacle between her and the finale. Removing him didn't just change the dynamics, it rewrote the entire endgame. Later that night, in her diary room session, she finally said what she'd been holding in for weeks. "He underestimated me. They all did, but this is my game now." The house realigned. In the hours after Keanu's blindsiding exit, new alliances formed like fast-drying cement. House guests who had barely noticed Morgan before now sidled up to her with newfound admiration or fear. Vince pulled her aside near the backyard loungers. "That flip was genius," he murmured. "You're running things now whether you want to or not." Morgan shrugged, though her mind was racing. "I'm just playing the game." "No," he said firmly, almost reverently. "You're winning it." Ashley, once Morgan's frenemy, hovered too, offering short apologies for past conflict, hinting at future deals. Even Harper, who had barely survived eviction thanks to Morgan, pledged loyalty with wide, grateful eyes. Morgan's ascension wasn't loud, it was gravitational. The next HOH competition. The HOH comp was brutal. Endurance, balance, and cold water blasting from every direction. One by one, house guests dropped until only two remained, Morgan and Ashley. The entire house watched, breathless. Ashley's face twisted with strain. Her mind remained eerily calm, like she had found a new level of purpose. Finally, Ashley's grip slipped. Morgan hit the buzzer. Julie's voice boomed over the speakers. "Congratulations, Morgan! You are the new HOH!" Ashley wasn't angry. She looked almost relieved. "Finish what we started," she whispered to Morgan as the confetti rained down. The queen takes her throne. In the HOH room, Morgan looked at the key around her neck. The weight of it, the gleam of it. It wasn't just power, it was proof. Proof that she had stepped into the spotlight on her own terms. Proof that she could go all the way. As she curled up on the HOH bed later that night, listening to the faint hum of the house and the distant sound of whispering strategies, she allowed herself one small smile. Keanu's eviction was the turning point, and now, with her HOH key shining under the dim pink LED lights, she was officially the front-runner to win Big Brother 27. But Morgan knew one truth better than anyone. Winning wouldn't require strength alone, it would require surviving everything that came next, and she was finally ready.